Dude!
We just went to DirtyFest!
And it was rad! Who the heck were they?
I have no idea. They were weird.
Right? Leftovers from DirtyFest, I guess?
I think so. Stragglers.
Right? But they're right. We went to DirtyFest.
We did.
My name's Dave.
And I'm Nate.
And we're the Factory Torkers Sidehack team.
Well, we were the Supercross Sidehack team until Bill fired us. So.
He didn't fire us, but...
we got repurposed.
Yeah, repurposed onto Torker. Bill is the new caretaker of Torker.
Yep.
Bill is the owner of Supercross, Speedline, Max, Tech. Bill's been around for a while. He's
just a minute. About 35 years this year.
35 years
and
with
BMX.
Supercross.
Yeah,
but,
Supercross.
He's been around in BMX for much longer. He worked for SE and GT. He
goes way back.
Yeah. So the whole trip was about 2 weeks long. So as you can imagine, we have quite a bit of footage.
Yes.
And a lot of it's fun. It's good. Just talking crap, having fun, and getting to see people have experiences. And we want to be able to take you along with some of those experiences. So we're going to break this up into a couple,
like a mini series.
Yeah, into a mini series. Make it a little bit easier for you to watch. And, So in this first part, you guys are going to get to take the drive with us out to Supercross. Get to
tour the facility with us and talk about the relaunch or rebirth of Torker.
If you guys like this, make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below.
Hit that notification bell.
Yeah. Make sure you guys let us know if you like this kind of stuff so we can keep on doing it. So let's go ahead and watch.
Let's go for a ride. That chest of drawers in my bedroom where the TV is sitting on, that guy. That was my dad's when he was a kid.
You know how I know you're a redneck?
Because of my voice.
Because you call a dresser a chest of drawers.
Chest of drawers. Well, let's hear you, some bitch. We're in a specific time in a certain zone, and there's the park Mojave. Where's the ocean?
We got a long way to the ocean.
Fresh out of water. Yeah. We've been in the desert. We're thirsty.
Don't drink the ocean water. It's so
don't
salty.
Drink the ocean water.
Whoa.
That was a big old lump.
Yeah, welcome to California.
Well, there's a lumpy road. Well, at least it wasn't a hole like we have in Oklahoma.
Right.
We get craters. Like, we were mining here 200 years ago and forgot to fill it back up. So we're just going to wait till the road falls in.
Just woke up. Almost the end of the trip. We got 30 miles to go. Freaking dead.
Yeah. It's definitely a heck of a drive to do an attempted one shot.
Yeah. Alright. Let's head out to the mothership.
To the mothership. Away.
minutes late.
Good.
How was the trip?
Good. Morning.
Morning. How you doing, brother?
How are you?
Good. You guys tired?
Always crashed at the Loves.
Yeah, we took a nap for about 3 hours. So.
Nice. And you still pulled it off in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. A 19, 20 overall driving.
Yeah, about 20 overall driving.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
Well, come on in. Welcome to the lobby.
A lot different than the one I was at
Yeah.
20 years ago.
A lot different, right?
Yeah, that one was the garage, and we'd have to go over to the storage unit, go pick all the stuff up.
Yeah, and that was after we had moved out of the stats combo building thing that we had done, which I think was actually worse than the garage.
Yeah.
Not to sound bad. So here we've got, this is our little lobby reception area where come in here, you got Tucker's office, which has the locked door, and then we have, or it's all set up for doing the little podcast right now, which is
That's much smaller than I remembered.
yeah.
It's just a little baby.
Little baby.
Got Torker stuff up.
Starting to get some up. We've got that one up there of Clint. We have this one up here of Mike. And then we come in here into the little showroom area. So this is just the general little factory store area if someone wants to show up and grab something. We've got one of Bubba's old plates when he wasn't running 101.
Yeah.
Sammy's actual plate from when she went to the Olympics. It's signed, but it's been faded and rubbing off. One of Anthony Dean's plates, signed.
Nate's taking over the 44.
Better be ready to lay down some horse.
Whoa. Oh, I got a drag a horse.
A baby rhino, at least.
So, and then you'll notice some real Gork artwork
That's cool.
throughout the place. And how funny is this one that he did an old SE one for me. And then of course there's Kathy Hanna and the Torker.
Right.
So it was like, oh, well it was meant to be. It had to happen.
Exactly.
You know? Got Eddie in here.
That's cool.
So, but then of course, please excuse our little check-in for when you have to clock in for the day.
Ooh.
So this is warehouse 1. This is where Parker is typically working all day long. Just getting it all set up and ready for him.
Got the AMX stickers. I brought the 125 with me.
Oh, rad.
Yeah. It's crazy how small it is. Like I have it, I think it's parked right next to the Evo.
Yeah?
And it's stamped XX, but I think you did it a XXX for me.
I think I did.
Yeah, it's like it. I know you did an extra long rear end on it because I had that XXX or quadruple X Devo Cruiser, that cobalt blue one,
Yeah, yeah.
like freaking dragster. And whenever I wanted that one, you built it like super long.
Man, we're talking about some history.
Yeah. So
It's crazy just going back on some of that time.
right.
That's where when I was talking with Shane and we were talking about, how we're trying to do that 35-year history book. Well, Tucker told me, hey, don't do a 35-year history book. You'll never get it finished. It'll never happen.
Yeah.
So do the top 35 pros out of the last 35 years. Okay, cool. But we put down 41 names, 42 names. And I'm like, all right, people are going to have to start getting bumped out. If their story's not cool enough, if something's not relevant enough, you know. And I don't have time during the day, right? I usually get here. I mean, this morning I'm running a little late, got here at 8. But typically I try and get in here at 7:30, and I'm here till 7. You know, 12-hour day here at the office. Plus whatever work I'm doing in the morning when I get up or at night. So, you know, average of a 14-hour day. And it's like, I don't have time to get all that stuff done. Yeah. So it's like, when do I work on the book? But it's been like between 9 and midnight, or midnight and 3 in the morning. And it's like, okay, pick a name and just flash back to a memory. It's like, oh, okay. What happened when we picked up Eric Jones? How did the story go when, you know, Billy Harrison and I were deciding that we were going to do this, you know? What happened when we added James Pritchard to the team, you know? Yeah. Chainsaw, you know, how did he get that nickname Chainsaw, you know? And, I know I've been trying to get set up now that we have Torker, and it's funny because when we were doing the thing with Shane, we've had a lot of people call and they've been challenging me. What gives you the right to take over Torker? What gives you the right? And it's like, whoa. First off, companies change hands. You know, there's a lot of brands out there that are your favorite brands that have changed hands 50 different times. I mean, I can't tell you how many times SE changed hands, and I can't tell you how many times SE's changed hands in the last 18 years while just Todd's been running it. Todd's been the face, but there's been 3 different owners while Todd's been the face of it, you know? And people don't understand that. People don't see that. They don't, oh, this is my brand, this is, and I give Todd so much props because he's done such an amazing job with everything he's done with it. I mean, Ryhop would be proud. I mean, it's butts on bikes, you know. He found a different channel. He found where the people were that were getting on the bikes. And they're not the little kids, but it's people. Yeah. It's getting butts on bikes.
Well, like now it's going after the older guys, but then the older guys are buying their kids bikes. 'Cause I have a friend that like he's never been into BMX, but like he's into suicidal tendencies, and he bought a suicidal tendencies bike, and he's like, oh man, this is awesome, and he bought his kid one. Yeah. You know, so like he's getting them into it.
And that's exactly the thing, to where.
And now he wants to buy a Torker.
That's awesome, but no. And my thing isn't, hey, I'm not trying to sell them just our bike. I want to get just butts on bikes. Let's get people riding their bikes. And you're 100% correct, to where we see it all the time, where the dad will buy the bike and then he's like, oh, I got to get my kid the bike. Oh, I'm back on it. I'm back on the track. I need to get my kid on the track. Yeah. And it's so cool. It's so infectious. But it's funny, though, with the Torker brand, to where so many of the people who know Torker quit racing or quit riding in 84, 85, long before the Supercross era came in. And it's weird because they're like, Supercross, never heard of you guys.
Right.
Been around 35 years, you know, won 7 bikes of the year. We've got riders who've been at the Olympics every running. We've got #1 amateurs, #1 pros, you know. Who are you?
Right.
Okay, you know.
So freaking cool. We were out just in the middle of nowhere in Arizona, and just at a gas station. And speaking of dads buying kids bikes and stuff, he saw the Torker trailer. He was like, "Nuh-uh," and he like came running over like,
"It's not real."
He saw it. He's like, "Is this Torker?" I was like, "Yeah." Man, last time I saw Torker, I was like 12 years old, you know, flipping through the magazines in 84. And I was like, you remember like Mike Miranda and the Pro X? He's like, oh yeah. I was like, you see that? He's like, oh shit. I was like, yeah. So I was like, we have 29s, 26s, so like you might not want to have like a little kid bike anymore. You might not want to ride 20-inch. It's like, but we dropped the tailgate down so you could, like, the first thing whenever you open it is the 280.
Oh, awesome.
So it's sitting right there. I was like, so you remember that? He's like, oh, that's awesome. Like, and I was like, see in the back, I got like the 26 stuff. Like, that's your size. He's like, oh man. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go on there. I'm gonna get a 26, and then I'm gonna get a 20-inch for my son. Get him into racing. He's like, this is awesome.
That's cool.
It was pretty cool to see people just light up at the gas station.
That's really cool. We used to get that all the time with the Supercross trailer, to where we'd be driving and we're driving to the race and we're tired, and all of a sudden you'd hear beep 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 beep, beep. You're going thumbs up, thumbs up. You're like, okay, cool. You know, someone's excited. Someone else is going to a race. You know, and you know they'd pull up, and they'd be pointing to the back, and they've got Supercrosses on the back of their pickup truck or on the back of their bike rack. And you're like, oh, rad, you know, this is cool. They're fans. They're excited about this. And that's what it's all about. It's a small niche community, but it's a small niche community that really cares about itself and really is trying to make it grow. And that's what it's all about. And that's where, I don't know, I'm excited about it. It's going to be fun. And that's where, you know, everybody's been like, oh, why are you launching it at DirtyFest? Why are you doing it at DirtyFest? Have you been?
Yeah.
Have you felt the fun?
Where else would you do it?
Yeah, I mean, it's the fun fest. I mean, it's like, okay. And I was talking about it with Shane, to where he's like, well, how come? You know, and I'm like, we could have done it January 1. We could have done it whatever day. We could have just, you know, okay, September 23rd, that's the day or whatever. You could have done it any day. But DirtyFest, we're going to be able to get all the old riders together. It's out in the fun area, downhill track, just, you know, it for me, there's a lot of reasons, you know, with it being the 35-year anniversary of Supercross, you know, born from the California dirt, your bike, your friends, you're having fun with your bike. This is perfect. This is it. This is where it's about. This is what it's about, you know. And for Torker, you know, same thing. You know,
it was born down the street.
born on a BMX track, you know, Western Sportsorama, you know. So it's the perfect place. And nobody does big launches anymore. Nobody does any, you know, oh, hold the hype over, hold the hype over, hold the hype over. You know, so you want to try and make it right. And there's 350 frames in this launch.
Yeah.
And people don't understand what an undertaking that is. They don't understand the whole legal undertaking that it's been. They don't understand the financial undertaking that it's been. Redoing tooling, finding old tooling, redoing some of the old tooling, because some of the old tooling had rusted and needed to be cleaned up. You know, there's so much that goes into it to try and get everything ready, that it's been like, oh man, you know, there's a lot that goes into it. And that's why I keep telling everybody, hey, just keep watching the site. There's going to be more. There's going to be a lot more that's going to come along with it. So keep your eye on the site. And that one guy, you know, well, why would you tell us that? Why would you tell us to keep an eye on your site? And it's like,
you don't know.
Right. It's like Nike doesn't tell you, oh, in 2025 we're going to do this, and in 2026 we're going to do this, and in 2027 we're going to do this.
Yeah, they have a projection of what they want to do, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen at that specific date.
Right. It's something to where you've got to look forward to, hey, there's going to be new product drops. There's going to be new cool things. I mean, that's like, you know, we've got, look over here, I mean, you know, 29 freestylists, you know.
Yeah.
People weren't sure what to think about something like this. But it's like, okay, this is going to be cool.
Yeah.
This is going to be rad. You know, is it going to be for everybody? No.
Yeah.
But for the 25 people who get it,
they're going to love it.
They're going to be stoked.
That's exactly what they want.
Right?
Yeah.
For the 25 people who get it, when they show up at the ride out and they're one of 25 people in the world that have one, they're gonna be like, yeah, this is it. This is my machine.
Yeah.
And that's what we wanted to try and do. We wanted to try and keep them stoked about that.
Yeah. And there's no question if it's going to be a good riding bike because you've already proven the geometry on.
Yeah, we've had the geometry dialed.
Yeah.
We've been working on that for 35 years.
Yeah.
You know.
So yeah, it's not like it's just like a lot of the other companies, the startup companies, that they just build something, like either steal geometry from somebody or they just wing it like, oh, I think this might work.
Right.
Yeah. Like
I want to make sure that when people buy this, that it's something that they cherish. It's something that they're like, hey, this is my bike.
Yeah.
This is my machine. This is what I want. I want it to have the collectibility value. And that was the other thing to where Shane had asked me, he's like, hey, how come you didn't do old school American bottom bracket and the old, and I'm like, those are out there.
Yeah.
Those collector bikes are out there. And for those collectors who have those, rad, good for you.
Yeah.
Keep those bikes, cherish those bikes, prize those bikes. But this is stepping it forward a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, it has
evolution.
It's the evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.